Hello, my name is Matthew Perez, and this is my week 5 video, in which I'll be providing a brief introduction to the upcoming ethics video you'll be watching. And I'm going to try to relate the ethics video to the Riverside County Sheriff's Accounting and Finance Department. So in this video, I'll be discussing the importance of ethics. I'll be applying ethical theory. I'll talk about the importance of code of ethics. I'll apply an ethical situation and tell you how to address that ethical scenario. Let's begin by discussing the importance of ethics. So as a classified employee working in the law enforcement field, you may encounter a situation in which you'll be challenged to act ethically. And by knowing the Sheriff's Department's ethical standards, you'll be able to take a more proactive approach to the situation. And also, knowing the ethical standards will also create an open line of communication between you and your supervisor. And this is another proactive approach that will help ease the ethical situation that you'll be facing. And in return, it'll also make the workplace a better environment to work in. There's been lots of philosophers who have developed their own theory to what makes us act ethically, and so I wanted to apply a couple of those to the Sheriff's Department. And one of the oldest comes from a Greek philosopher named Aristotle, in which he believed virtue theory, in short, if you act as a good person, then the result will end in a positive outcome. So as basic as this sounds, while working for the Sheriff's Department, the virtue approach will help make you do the right decision. And so another theory that we can apply to the Sheriff's Department is utilitarianism theory. And here, the theory was developed in the 1800s by two different philosophers, John Stuart Mill and Jeremy Bentham, in which they believed that making the right decision was based on the outcome of the consequences, and that will help you act ethically. So while working for the Sheriff's Department, we're given access to files and confidential information, and if that information is leaked, the result could be a termination or even criminal charges. So if knowing what the consequences are, it should help you act in an ethical manner. Now let's discuss the importance of code of ethics. And so while working for the Sheriff's Department, knowing the code of ethics is important because it promotes shared values of ethical thinking. It gives responsibility to the employee to be responsible for their actions, and it also lets the employee know the expectations that the Sheriff's Department has for each of its employees to follow. So I listed the four values that each sheriff employee should have, regardless of being sworn, non-sworn, or classified. And so this code of ethics will help you understand the organizational values, which will help make the workplace a better place to work. Now I'd like to talk about an ethical situation that you may experience while working with the Sheriff's Department's accounting and finance. And this situation has to deal with accepting favors from vendors that you commonly use in hopes that in return they'll receive a bid on their future projects that you may have. And so this type of favoritism has serious consequences that may lead to termination. And this favoritism can be something as simple as just accepting a favor to go out to lunch, accepting a Christmas gift, or even a coffee mug. We can use the two previous ethical theories that I discussed with this ethical situation. So applying the virtue theory, that taking the favor, if you know that that's probably not the right thing to do, then it'll most likely result in having you choose to decline the favor. And if you use a utilitarianism approach, knowing that the outcome of taking the favor may result in termination, it may help you to decline the favor from the vendor as well. And so it should also be noted that you don't have to go through your proper chain of commands if you have an ethical concern, that there's different ways to go about it, and you can even do it anonymously. And this will help create a fair working environment, which ultimately helps the workplace be a better place to work. In conclusion, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you enjoy the upcoming ethics training video. And here's my list of references.